Hey, what's up? It's Turbo with 91.3 FM RSU Radio, joined now by Rana and James from Legacy of Disorder out of New Zealand. What's up, guys?
Hey, how you going?
Beers, music.
Yeah, beers, music.
Backstage.
Now, I finally got to catch you guys on stage. You know, I just received your new single. You guys have an album coming out very soon. Tell me a little bit about that. What can we expect to see out of this new album?
Heavier.
Heavier, definitely.
All the songs you just heard us play then are from the new album.
Oh, okay. So, like, the entire set list was made up of all your new songs?
Yeah.
Excellent. You know, we were talking off camera a little bit earlier, and in 2008, you guys turned out your first album. Apparently, after you guys had only been together for 5 months. Kind of talk to me about, like, what that album was and what how it represented the band, and how your album now, you know, kind of like has like evolved, and like how it represents the band then and now.
Well, I guess the first album, a lot of it was pre-written by myself. And when we searched the country to find the other musicians to form the band, we're a lot more experienced now to actually know how to get the music across, to get it onto CD. And I think it's just a evolution of the band that's just made the band more heavy. I mean, I don't know how it goes. I mean, now we play a riff, and that riff sounds heaps heavier if we were playing the same riff 4 years ago.
Right.
I don't know what it is. There's something with us.
Yeah.
I can't explain it.
Right now, I mean, you guys have, like, I mean, while I was listening to your, not only your sound check, but obviously, you know, to your live show as well, you had this really big, fat, like, heavy, big guitar tone. I mean, kind of talk to me about that, and, like, where did you draw influence, and, like, how did you develop that sound with your guitar?
Dude, I'm influenced by heaps of guitar players, but the tone thing is I run a PV 550, and I don't even have the gain up high. Dude, I don't go through anything else, just the wah-wah. I don't know. I don't know how I get that tone.
All right, so I mean,
very happy
well, however, yeah, you definitely should be happy with it. Now, you know, so you were saying that you're influenced by heaps of guitarists. You know,
Yeah.
What are some of the main guitarists that, like, have really influenced you?
Dave Murray out of Maiden, Tony Iommi out of Sabbath, Dimebag #1, Jeff Hanneman out of Slayer, Kerry too, yeah, but more so Jeff with the legato lead playing. I like the guys out of Lamb of God. I like a lot of the new guys. I love the stuff that Hatebreed do, the chunky shit that Sean Martin brought to the table.
Right.
You know. So a whole bunch of stuff, really.
Well, you can definitely hear, like, I mean, you mentioned several key bands that while I was listening to your set, I mean, you don't sound like them, but, like, you can kind of pick up, like, that's kind of like maybe a bit like a Slayer riff, or that's a bit like a Lamb of God riff. So you can kind of, you know, hear the influence, but you guys make it your own, so that's cool. You guys, you know, are from New Zealand, as I mentioned at the beginning of the interview. Kind of talk to me about, like, how it is that you guys acquire metal out there. I mean, for lack of a better way to say it, I would have to say that us dumb Americans don't really know a whole lot about New Zealand. We tend to know a little bit more about Australia for whatever reason. So that being said, you know, how did you guys, like, get into heavy music? How did you, you know, acquire music? You know, I mean, kind of tell me the story about that.
For me, anyhow, I've listened to heavy music ever since I was 11 years old. I had an older brother, and his birthday's on the 6th of December, and he asked me to buy him a heavy metal album. He's 3 years older than me. I bought him Def Leppard, and he told me to take it back and get some nuts. He said, buy me the new Iron Maiden album called Power Slave that had just come out. So I gave it to him on Christmas Day. We're with the family, everything. We put it on. I heard Aces High, and it just floored me.
It was just that one track that grabs you.
I'd grown up with heaps of music in the house, man, and I heard Maiden, and that was me sold. Everything in comparison, what I'd listened to, gone to shows with my parents and stuff like that, it just went out the door. That's for me.
Right.
James is slightly younger, you should tell.
Well, I mean, I would have to assume, like, you know, the writing process for you guys is usually, traditionally anyway, and this could be different for you guys, the guitarist tends to write a lot of the music, the vocalist tends to write a lot of the lyrics. Is that the same for you guys?
Yeah.
For the most, okay, mostly. So that being said, you being a little bit younger and you being the vocalist and writing the lyrical content, where do you draw inspiration from? What were you listening to growing up?
Well, when I growing up, I wasn't listening to metal at first. I started with Led Zeppelin kind of thing, and cause that's what my father was listening to, and basically all the stuff he listened to, the Doors and stuff. But you know, not really fully getting into it. I kind of liked music, but wasn't like, yeah, I want to be a musician. And then I was like 12, 13, I started getting into heavy bands, started listening to like stuff like Slipknot and getting into Cold Chamber like in the 90s and stuff. So like in the early 2000s, and that's what brought me into the whole array of metal. Now I listen to anything I can get my hands on.
Very cool. Now, you guys are touring right now with Guar. You're also got a Ghoul, and let's see, who else? Municipal Waste is on the bill. I mean, how excited are you guys to tour with Guar, of all things? I mean, have you ever seen a Guar show before you guys started touring with them?
We've seen 9 of them now.
Yeah, not for me. I hadn't seen one.
No.
Really?
Yeah. Just the other day, I finally got up on the front row. You know, because I've been watching from the back, going, "Yes, it's fucking awesome." Right? And I finally went, "That's it. I go on the front row and see what it's like." And it is awesome. I mean, you get sprayed with blood left, right, and center. It's like ice cold. They hit you right in the nuts. You know.
Very
do that
cool.
shit on
It's
purpose.
brutal one way or another.
Yeah. It's
Very awesome. Now, so what are you guys looking to moving forward after like this tour? I mean, you know, what are you guys looking into doing? I mean, more touring or
Yeah.
recording another album, anything like that?
We have 2 days to get to where we start the next tour after this tour.
Mhm.
We're going out with the headliners are Shadows Fall and Fear Factory.
Nice. Oh, Fear Factory show.
And
wow.
and there's another band, the Devastated and the Browning, and we're going to be on with those guys. So we go out for about, I think, 20 shows, isn't it?
20 shows. Yeah, I think it's 18 or 20. Yeah.
18, 20 shows, and then we'll take it from there.
Well, you mentioned like, you know, Fear Factory, you know, which is one style, you know, kind of like that really heavy industrial, you know, metal sound. And then you just mentioned like the Browning, which is like, you know, they got like some straight up electronic, you know, almost, you know, techno kind of thing,
yeah.
you know, going on or whatever else. Don't know whether you're fans of it or not, but I mean, is the New Zealand metal community as like segregated and nichey, you know, as it is, you know, here in the States? I mean, a lot of times, like if there's, you know, a death metal band is headlining, the people that are attending the shows want to see all death metal bands there. They don't really want to mix it up. How do they do things over there in New
It's
Zealand?
like that in New Zealand, I reckon.
I think everything's pretty much the same worldwide, actually,
Yeah.
to tell you the truth.
Just
I-
bigger spaces, more people.
You know, there's 4 million people at home.
Mm.
4 million, what do you guys got? 350 million.
I-
You know what I mean?
I don't even know.
It's a bit of a numbers game.
Mhm.
I mean, you've really got to make it here to make it a home kind of thing, eh? You know?
Yeah, what I was going to say previously to, you know, I mean, and this is maybe partial to part of the reason why Americans don't know much about New Zealanders, because we don't have all that many, I guess, come over here and do anything like on a national stage or, you know, in media. So that being said, like Flight of the Conchords, like, you know, I mean, what's it like for you guys, you know, previous to you showing up and hitting the shores of America and touring? Flight of the Conchords was like our only reference for that. So, like,
Yeah,
I mean,
and Lord of the Rings.
and what was that again?
And Lord of the Rings.
Oh, right, yeah, and how it was like all filmed and shot there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's it like for you guys to be over here in America, you know, doing the heavy thing as opposed to something that's like, you know, so commercially viable, like, you know, a comedy, you know, a duo?
It's totally cool, man. It's really good, and we're getting a good response from people as well.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, "Where are you from?" It's like New Zealand. They're like, "What are you doing here?"
Right.
It's like, "We're here to play music, man."
Yeah, our cameraman here, we had said that, you know, come to think of it, I don't know that we've ever met anybody from New Zealand before. And yeah, I mean, searching my mind banks here, we need a refill.
Thank you. Very important.
Yeah, the response has been pretty good over here. Every show we're picking up fans.
What would you say are like some of the biggest differences between playing shows in New Zealand versus playing shows here?
Well, I mean, on this War tour, we've got to play at some shows. There's been a lot of people. Some shows have been near maybe 3/4 full. And we're the opening band, and we've been getting circle pits going.
Nice.
I mean,
That's
for an
really
opening
nice.
band, so that's pretty cool.
Right.
For an opening band, you know?
Absolutely. Well, are there any things that you like about America more than you like about New Zealand, or vice versa?
I think the crowd's more responsive.
More responsive here?
Yeah.
Well, that's encouraging.
Yeah.
I think people they have things in their face all the time. Things aren't so underground. You know what I mean? So people can be themselves. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's not like what's the point of going to a metal show and feeling the music if it doesn't do anything to you? It's like drinking a dozen beers and not wanting to get drunk.
Right.
Oh, you know what I mean? Kind of thing.
Right. Very cool. So moving forward, you guys got another tour lined out or whatever else? Anything else that you want the fans to know about? I mean, you guys have a website right now, legacyofdisorder.com. I did find that. You guys are available on Facebook. You have a YouTube page?
Yep.
Yeah,
Correct.
YouTube,
All right, cool.
MySpace, Twitter.
Well, bringing that up, you know, how reactive are you with the fans as far as social media is concerned? I mean, do you guys really spend, you know, any amount of time on Twitter or on Facebook, you know, responding to fans?
Facebook all the time.
Really? Excellent. That's good to know.
I mean,
Okay.
as soon as we got to the States, we bought new iPhones, new Android phones, whatever they are.
Just to
Right.
You know,
Very cool. Very
I,
cool.
I think the fan base that we've picked up so far on this tour here has been really honest. Like, you know when you see something like people's likes go up, you know, they've got a huge amount of likes or a
Right.
huge amount of fans on MySpace, but no one's actually heard of them. Do you know what I mean?
Right. No, absolutely.
And you can actually get these machines that actually click that sort of shit up.
Right.
And so just to see a steady increase, you know, if you get 10 or 15 likes a show, you know what I mean, or 10
Right.
likes a show, it's honest.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. I agree 100%. You know, we're talking about the internet and social media or whatever else. You know, we ran into the digital age several years ago, and everything has changed. The music industry has changed, how things work for the artists and how often you guys have to tour has changed, how you make money has changed. How do you guys feel about, like, the internet, YouTube, and even, say, illegal or legal downloading? I mean, where do you guys stand on that whole issue?
Everyone to their own. For me, myself, I've never downloaded an album in my life. That's for me. I would never steal someone's album.
Legal downloading, we need that these days. I mean,
Right,
because,
yeah. I mean, it's a necessary evil, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because, well, CDs, they're hard to carry around.
Absolutely.
Fucking Discman can fucking, you know, skip and everything like that. It's better being on an MP3 player.
Right.
It's just easy just to right off the internet, right onto MP3 player, or whatever. And it's just the way tech is now. It just needs to be like that.
Very cool. Any final words for the fans of Legacy of Disorder, or of the metal community in general, that you guys like to pass on to them?
Come check us out. We like to throw down, and we love when you throw down back, so come check us out.
Coming to you from New Zealand, Legacy of Disorder. Check these guys out, up and comers in the metal scene. 91.3 FM, The Metal Meltdown.